Hey everyone, this is Tara with Tara's Take. Welcome back to my channel. So today is Mass Monday and I have been saying it for a few days now. We are making tags because I really need some tags, some mini tags. Not just irregular ones, but I need some mini tags. So I have brought along just, okay, first of all, the sides of my desk are just covered in these bags with stuff in them. But for me to focus on, I've brought a few things. I brought some cardstock, I've brought some backgrounds that I've made, some that are just paper that we've used some scraps, this watercolor, I don't know if I'll do anything with it, but I'm thinking I will. And then I brought along just some digis printed out, mine and Tina's and Janie B's and everybody else's. And then I brought some dictionary page that I sprayed. I just some good cardstock to glue these to if I need to. Some of this paper is cardstock and I probably won't have to reinforce it. Some of it I will. So I've got my glue. I've got, which glue is the one I'm using? I've got my, there it is. So I've got my glue, I've got my dauber, my distress ink, my scissors, and yeah, I think that's about all we're going to need. I've got some of my glue stick in case I want to use that. And then I have a couple of my little punches. You know, I'm kind of surrounded by my stuff right now, so I'm good. But I do think I'm going to go ahead and fill this really quick. Sorry about that, guys. I should have had it done. How's everybody doing today? Monday morning. Did you guys go to work? Did you start your day off watching videos and crafting? Did you start your day off with coffee and prayer? How did you start your day and your week? I am actually recording this on Friday, October 7th. That's the 7th, right? Today's the 7th? Yes, because it would be my grandmother's 110th birthday if she were with us. She is with the Lord, but yeah, today was her birthday. So yes, October 7th, I'm recording this on, and I am trying to get ahead because y'all know about the vacay. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you are new and you don't know, I'm going on vacation at the end of this coming week for 4 days, and so I'm trying to get everything ready. So this is the video, the Mass Monday for this coming Monday, and then I'm probably going to try to do another one right after it so I can have them both done, and then that way anything I do will be going toward the week after I get back, which would be good because that'll help me out. So okay, so what I'm going to do, let's see here. First of all, these are on cardstock, but it's black, so I do think I'll go ahead and I'm going to cut these down, okay? And I want to make some short and some, I don't want them thick, I want them thin. Not, of course, this thin. That will go in my scrap box. But I want to make some shorter tags and then a couple of longer skinny ones. So this will, okay? Because I'm finding in all of, you know what, I'm going to glue them down first. I'm finding in all of my stuff that I'm needing just some little tags, you know, or little journal cards, like this guy, you know. I brought him along just so I can get a tab up on him or some lace or something because I've been avoiding working on him. I don't know why. He's been sitting on my desk and floating around, and I keep throwing him to the side, and he keeps coming back. So I'm thinking it's time to get something done with him. But anyway, yeah, I've been working a lot on these journals, and guess what? Guess what? You guys, I got the blue journal done. I'm gonna do a flip through. I'm so happy. I got the folio flip through done. Of course, you guys will see it tomorrow, the orange folio or the autumn type folio. And I have listed it in the shop. Praise God, it's done. And so now my focus of finishing will be on the altered book. And yeah, oh, and the waterfall journal, yeah. So I'm so happy. I feel like I accomplished something by getting that blue one done. I am so tired of I started to tell you guys, it's funny, I was thinking about it before the video began, and I was thinking, you know, that I would tell you how tired I am of blue. And then as I was looking through all of the things I've been printing out, I was seeing how much blue I still had. Even in this, there's some blue. And I was laughing. I'm like, you know what? I'm not tired of blue. I'm just tired of that journal. And here's why. The journal is beautiful. I love it. My husband, every day when he walks in, he'll comment on stuff that he sees sitting, you know, on my desk. And two of the things he keeps commenting on is how beautiful that and the folio are, that journal and the folio. And so, yeah, it's eye-catching and beautiful. However, I've been staring at it since May. That's when I started it with the other one that is already in my shop. So yeah, that's my problem. I've just been staring at it for too long. Do you guys know what I mean? Can anybody out there relate? Show of hands. I'm pretty sure you can. I know one of you said one time in our Facebook group, and I've mentioned it before because it just cracked me up. You said you couldn't stand it. You'd been staring at it for a week. And I was like, oh wow, I take longer than that. Even when I don't have a channel, I take longer than a week to finish a project. I think I've done one journal that I finished in a week. So I was cracking up about that. I'm looking, oh, here it is, my little triangle to use for my corner. So yeah, I'm super, super excited about being done with it though. And you guys can see it probably next week because all of the videos for this week are already posted. So that I've already, you know, finished them last week or the week before. So yeah, you'll see the flip through this next week. Oh, that's totally crooked. I don't know how I managed to do that considering I used the thingy, but let's see here. I'm gonna go from this angle and there we go. Well, it's still a little crooked. These are gonna get bigger and longer and I'm funny. Let me see. Do I have my little, I have a card that I actually made just for this, if I can find it. Let's see, which one is it here? Just to see if oh, here we go. It was Alex's old Kohl's card. Oh, it's one of the narrow ones. Yeah, it's too, or wide, I'm sorry. It's one of the bigger ones. Never mind. It's just gonna have to be good enough. But I think I will use this right now because it's kind of handy. Yeah, this is looking, okay, wait. Let me trim this part. And then let me trim this part, and that's a little better. I think it's because I've got this too much angle at the top. I did it. Okay. All right. Now, I didn't even talk about what I'm doing because it's tags, and I just figured, y'all know, but if there's newbies in the audience that don't know, what I'm doing is I'm taking backgrounds, and I'm also going to use like digital backgrounds that I have from kits, and I'm going to glue them if it's a thinner paper, or in this case it was a black paper that I want to have a brown paper on the back. I'm going to glue it to this cardstock like I did and trim it and create a tag, and then we'll decorate them. Okay, I needed to have some that would match some of the work I'm doing. I have a few in there, but they're kind of, I don't know, I did them with Tina eons ago, and they don't really match anything that I need right now. And for the altered book, I need some, kind of grungy, and I do intend to start another folio. So yeah, anyways. Gosh, this is really, I cut this really uneven from the beginning, like the black piece of paper was cut even. That's a little better, okay. So anyway, so let's see, it's Friday for me. Tomorrow is laundry day. Y'all know the schedule by now. I'm going to do my errands, going to the grocery store, but I'm not going to get a lot because Cordy's only working through Wednesday. So I do not have to make my big breakfast thing I make for him and do my whole spiel I do every weekend. I don't know if I've ever told you guys about my spiel. Every Sunday morning, okay, I wake up, and I usually wake up super early. Like, we're talking, you know, I get up at 2 in the morning every weekday anyway, just about. This week it's been like 1:30, but anyways, gosh, that was a lot of trimming for that. I get up on Sunday, and I have some tea or coffee, and, you know, spend some time in the Word usually, and pray, or maybe watch some preaching on YouTube, or, you know, on TBN or something. And then I will start making everything ready for the week. So Courtney, because he works outside, and he's just like this, he doesn't like to eat real heavy lunches, okay? So I make him a good breakfast burrito, and then I make him a really simple kind of snacky box that he takes. His lunch box has every week, or every day, he eats pineapple, okay, a boiled egg, a banana, a healthy fruit bar from Trader Joe's, one of theirs that has like no sugar in it and stuff. And then he has, let's see, and a small bag of Trader Joe mixed nuts with like raisins or cranberries, you know, that kind of thing. And his breakfast burrito. So every Sunday morning, I get up and I boil the eggs. Okay, I get those going, and then I get all the bacon ready and get the eggs ready, and I make this whole big bowl of mix with scrambled eggs, bacon, chopped turkey bacon, green onions. Let's see, what else? Now I'm like, oh, and I make it every week. Cilantro. And I season it up really good for the whole week. I put in a can of El Pato sauce, and I whip that up, and it takes, you know, half hour or so to get all that done. And then I chop up all the pineapple and put it in individual baggies, and the eggs are in individual bowls, and I salt and pepper them, and everything's ready. So I can just, every morning, I can just reach in the fridge, grab a bag of pineapple, a boiled egg, a banana, and throw that in his box, and he's got his bar and his and his nuts, and he's good to go. So that is my Sunday morning every week. Okay, I do it every week around 4 or 5 a.m. So if you think of me, that's what I'll be doing. So this week, I don't know, I'll probably not I'm not going to make as big a batch. I might even just make him breakfast sandwiches this week every morning instead of doing all that, because of the fact that we're leaving on Thursday morning. So yeah, so that'll be nice. It'll be a little vacay for me on Sunday morning. So okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and glue this piece to this page, and because I really love that paper, and I'm just going to make cards, cut those down. Let's see here. I'm just going to cover this little square with glue. As you can see, you don't need me to narrate. Okay. So there's been quite a few of you that's been telling me that you're working on your altered book, or you're starting one, or that you're getting back to one, or whatever, and I'm really excited. Aren't they fun? I've had so much fun doing that again. I'd forgotten how much I liked it the first time I did it, you know? I'm really excited about it, and I can't wait, you know, to get it into the hands of the person it's going to belong to. I told you I don't keep anything for myself. I think I told you that. Actually, I think I told you that in next Saturday's video. See, I get ahead of myself. On Mondays, it's confusing because this is going to be just like Tina does it. And I always, the reason I do it that way is because I kind of liked how she had Monday as her day where things are like current events, you know, for her week, and she kind of catches people up on what's going on or whatever. I always enjoyed the Tuesday because of that. You know, that was a big part of what I liked about her mass make, is that she chit chats, and we kind of feel like we're with her in a more live setting. And so that's why I like doing that with you guys, because then I can kind of just, you know, catch up or whatever and tell you things that you might not get to know about until later. Isn't this just the prettiest paper? Oh, I love it so much. So yeah, I don't ever keep anything pretty much for myself. I sell or give away everything I make. Come on. As far as my journals. And it's funny because I'm actually a journaler. I like to journal, but I don't know. I just find that these are I just grab a piece of paper and journal. You know, a composition book. So I don't get fancy with my journaling, and I think that's part of it. I'm going to use this to cut these corners, though. If I can just get this on here. There we go. Yeah, so anyway, I figure when I'm making these, I'm like, I don't do it on camera, but I pray over these. I ask the Lord to bless them. I ask him to, you know, that the right person would receive these journals or folios, or I do. I pray about it as I'm making it, that I will make it and it will be something that stands out to that person. Isn't it pretty? I just love making mini tags. I don't know why. I really like them though. They're such great fillers for my journals, and I think that's part of it. Now I kind of wanted to use this as a tag. Where's my, oh, sitting over here. And I brought along this really thick, this stuff is so thick, I got it at Hobby Lobby. The cardstock, they're heavy duty, like extra heavy duty, super thick cardstock. Okay, it won't go through my printer. So I have to either spray it, you know, dye it or whatever, or distress it. So I figured today I'd distress it with whatever I glue to it. So I'm going to do this little, this is one of my, this is out of a kit from Mrs. Coggs. I have her in the about section of the channel. I have her Etsy shop address in there for you guys. There's a link, Mrs. Coggs. I don't remember if there's any more listed in her title, but anyway, she has these beautiful, and I did one. She has the Monet kits, and then she has all these other kits. So I actually think I got this not from my own kit that I made, but I got it from her. Her kit's different than mine because I found some prints that I had never seen that are in my Monet kit, and I have yet to print it out and utilize it. I've been so busy with all this stuff that I haven't done that. I'm trying to get used to the fact that that I can use my own digital kits. I mean, I haven't done very many, so I still have to rely on other people's beautiful creations too, but yeah, I do need to remind myself, you know, you have this, that, and the other in there. You can use that too. So, and I still need to cut down my scripture scraps, the positive, like, affirmation words and stuff that I have in there. Let me use this one here. Let's see. I have not had time to do that. I've got so much going on. I feel, at times I feel a little overwhelmed. Not in a super bad way, but like today, as an example. I get overwhelmed when I sit down to do a task and then it doesn't work out and I have to redo the whole task. That annoys me. And what happened this morning was I went on my phone, and I hadn't listed anything via my phone in quite a while onto Etsy. And I get on there and everything's fine, and then for some strange reason it didn't save my shipping profiles onto the app. I guess it probably has updated or something, and they just were on there. So I had to recreate a new shipping profile. And it was pretty funny because now when I went in on my computer, I could totally see it, but on my phone, I could not see where I needed to enter my zip code. And so they would not let me publish my my listing. Well, I do all this work on it. I upload everything. I write out everything. I create the information and all that. And it takes a good, it can take, I mean, depending on, what you're writing about your product and stuff. It took me a good half hour, 45 minutes, maybe even an hour. And then, so I go, fine. I'll save it as a draft and I'll go onto the computer and I'll publish it from there. Well, guess what? When I got onto my computer, it had not saved. I hit save, and it did not save. So I had to do the whole thing over again. So that kind of thing irritates me. Does anybody else out there get irritated by something like that? I just felt like it was a total waste of my time, and I was just bummed because, you're busy. You've got all this stuff going on, and then you have to redo work. That always has annoyed me. It used to annoy me in the office. And yeah, so that was kind of my morning. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Because I wanted to do this video like 2 hours ago and I didn't get to. So anyway, I'm here now. Praise the Lord. And it's okay. It's published. It's in there. It's good to go. So yeah. It's funny though, the little things that annoy you. What's like the one thing that annoys you in life and is like a button that the enemy can just push? And it's almost embarrassing. It's that kind of thing that you're like, I really should not, this should not get to me. Some people's is traffic, what is yours? I'm just curious. If you comment, leave me a comment and tell me what is your frustrate button that can be pushed easily and it out of nowhere and you're kind of like, oh no, one of mine, and it's so funny. Cordy knows, and he tells me, I don't mind. I just hope it doesn't happen to yours. If I break an egg, okay, I don't know. I think it comes from when I was a kid. I used to get frustrated when I would break an egg, and I still do. I love this paper. I had to use it. I'm going to use it for this. Yeah, breaking an egg makes me very upset. And does anybody have something like that where they're just like, this is so stupid, I feel foolish, but it's making me upset? That's mine. I'm just being real here, you guys. Being real. I'm going to go ahead and cut this into the size of a tag I want, like a strip here. I'm going to do 2 strips and then, okay, and then I'm going to glue those strips to this paper. I think I'll do them that way. That way I don't have to mess with it. They're crooked. I can see that, but it's okay, right? It's okay. Yeah, I wanted to have these ready to go so that when I need one, I can just grab it and, decorate it. Or hopefully if I've got it decorated, just throw it in where I need it to be. Those are those little finishing touches for me in the journals that I get like, I've got to make tags. I've got to make journaling cards. You get the whole thing done and then you realize you don't have the stuff to fill it. Yeah. So I thought that this would be a good mass make for us. I haven't, I know Tina's got a tiny tag mass make from, I don't remember which number it is. I can link it if you'd like. I guess you probably would like it because y'all love Tina. Most of us do. You know what I did, and the way I find her mass makes easily, just in case if you've never done this, I go in and I don't know if it's on her channel. I don't remember seeing it as a playlist. Maybe Mass Makes is a list in there. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But I have it saved in mine. I had found where somebody else had made, I'm going to use this, I like this, where someone else had made a list of all of her mask makes. And so I saved that list in my stuff, and I just pull it up and I go through her mask makes and find the ones I want. That's how I do it. This is that watercolored book page I did the other day. I like this background a lot. I love really bright, kind of smoky, I don't know, just that kind of like, I was working on making like thunder clouds and storm clouds is what I was going for. And I love the way that it turned out. I was thinking it would make pretty background for a couple of cards here. Let's see. And that's it. Now let's do, take a piece from, this is out of my new Digi Kit. I think that'll be a pretty background for a tag. Okay. Hopefully it'll fit. Yep. I had printed out coffee dye on the back. You know how Tina does the coffee dyed sheet with a lot of her digital kits? Yeah. So I just grab that whenever I need one. She has a couple. She has one that's a blue. I use that one too. That's in the French. It's in one of her French blue kits. And then she has another one that's got like pinks and greens. And I think that's in her Myrtle Cottage or one of her cottage kits. Anyway, I grab those a lot too. But now I'm starting to make like my own backgrounds. And so it's so fun because I don't know, it's just so fun to create your own stuff like that, you know, it really is. So I'm going to cut these down and then I will decide what size tag I want them to be. I'm trying to get as many tags out of this stack of papers as I can, and I tried to grab things that I would like, that I would want to have tags made out of, so that for future projects that are upcoming in my mind, you know, the ones I know of that I'm thinking about doing. Like these would be perfect in the grunge journal, you know. Yeah, I'm just trying to, but I do want to work, probably the next thing I'm going to start is after my trip. Hopefully I'll get the altered book done with you guys, and then I want us to start, I don't know, I may, I'm torn because like I've mentioned to you guys before, I don't really do seasonal stuff, so I'm not good at planning for it. I promise you I will work at this harder and get better, but and if I'm still doing this by God's grace next year, I'll be more ready for our seasons, you know, planning ahead, like way ahead. But for right now I'm thinking Christmas, because we're kind of in autumn, and I did that folio and I called it an autumn inspired Faith Folio is the name of it in my shop, because it's so filled with scripture and with encouraging, you know, affirming words that I thought it was a good faith builder folio, you know. And I've never done a faith folio before. I just thought it was kind of cool to be able to, you know, have that. I'm gonna do two taller skinny ones. I do the tall skinny ones for because I like to make like pockets on my page sometimes. Like I'll have a pocket and then maybe I'll have like 3 separate pockets, and one of them might be tall and skinny, and I need a tall skinny tag to go in there. So that's why I make these, so I have them in case I decorate that way and end up needing them. Does that make sense? So that's why I do these tall skinny ones. But anyway, yeah, I because I did it as an autumn inspired, because it is autumn colors, totally autumn colors. I thought, you know, maybe I'll just let that be my autumn, and we'll get to work more on a what do you call it, on a Christmas, you know, something for Christmas. So I am starting work on a Christmas themed digital kit, and prayerfully pray for me that I can finish it in time for us to get started here quickly on, because you know how fast Thanksgiving is going to come. I mean, goodness. And there's tons of, I did that kit is very autumn colored, the one that's in there. And so I feel like I need to jump ahead and get myself prepared for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Let me know your thoughts on that. Do you guys love doing Christmas stuff? I know I had one sister ask me, are you going to, do the, I think she said the corporal Christmas, like Santa Claus and snowman and stuff like that? Or are you going to do something more Christ-centered? And I would like to do, I'll be honest, I'd like to do one with snow, and I love snowmen, and I don't believe in Santa Claus. I do believe that Saint Nick was a gentleman who gave gifts historically. But I do want to do a nativity, and if I can, I'd like to do more of a fun little snowman and stuff too, because I like both. Yeah, I don't celebrate Christmas as Santa Claus. I celebrate it as the day that I acknowledge the birth of my Savior, even though we don't know when Jesus was born. We do have that day that we've chosen as disciples of Christ to say, I'm going to acknowledge your birthday today. And so I do celebrate it in that way. And I can't get, where is it? So yeah. So I'm trying to think about doing one of each, is my point. If I could. If I don't have time, or I'm not good enough to do it yet, you'll know, because it won't be available. They both won't be available. Y'all know what I'm saying, right? Anyways, let's see if I can just use this one to cut these little guys. I just love this music. I think it is so fun. Okay. You know what? I was sitting with my foot in a particular position and it fell asleep. And now it is spiking needles up my leg, and I can't move my right leg. It's doing that thing. It's at that point where it's coming back to life because I moved it, and it's now where I can't move it because it's like, oh, it hurts. I hate that feeling so much. Anyway, I had my leg kicked up on these boxes in front of me, and I shouldn't have done that. So, okay, just gonna make this flat. Oh, I love that color. Let me see. Love it, love it, love it. Cricket cutting, cricket cutting. I was just thinking and laughing in my head about, I cannot pronounce corporal, that word. I have words like that. I think I've told you guys before, I have words that I learned wrong. And my daughter would say, Mom, I don't think that's how you say that. Because she learned it right in school. And I guess I just kept pronouncing it like my family. Anyway, but there are also some words that I just have trouble wrapping my mouth around. I'm not sure why, but anyway, that just made me laugh at myself. I do that a lot, laugh at myself, I think. I think you have to be able to laugh, otherwise you'll cry, right? We were watching MASH last night, and it was a scene where Hawkeye did not like what this colonel was doing. He was like predicting how many people, how many soldiers would be injured, and he was doing it in such a way that it was really kind of heartless, and he was a numbers man, and him and Hawkeye afterwards, he was wrong, and Hawkeye told him, you were wrong, about the numbers, and you know, they proved you wrong, and they got into it, and he pushed this colonel, and of course the colonel wanted to press charges, you know, and at the end he ended up getting injured and was in the hospital watching Hawkeye work on men and seeing how he was, and he was like, you know, you're really an awesome surgeon, and I'm dropping the charges because, you know, he goes, but you always make a joke. You make a joke about everything. And you make a joke if somebody, when you're doing surgery, you make a joke when you're not doing surgery, you make a joke when you're talking to people in the hospital, when you're talking to people. And he goes, why is that? And Hawkeye said, you know, I have to joke because either I'm going to joke or I'm going to lose my mind or, you know, fall apart. And, you know, that's how we are sometimes in life. We have to be able to laugh and enjoy life and find joy in the moments that are darkest in our lives sometimes, because otherwise, you know, it's harder to survive them. And I thank God that His joy is our strength during those times, you know. So I think it's good when, you know, you can laugh at yourself and not take yourself so seriously, because that's not a good thing always. There's a time for everything, of course. But yeah, I've learned to laugh at myself. So I know I digress sometimes, and you guys probably think I'm never going to get to the point. I always joke with people because I am a teacher of the word. I'm a minister, you know. And, you know, pastors can make, you know, they can say what they're going to talk about, and then they may start a point and just totally digress, and then they always come back to their point. And I always joke that that's the pastor in me, because I will eventually get back to what my point was. I will find my way back to what I was talking about. I usually do. So yeah, let me see here. So how long have I been making tags? I've made quite a few, but I haven't dug into all the paper I want. Oh good, we still got time. Okay, let's see, we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, doing good. These are pretty quick, right? I think they are. I love doing them. Let's see. I'm going to do one of Tina's papers here. Oh, gosh, it's so pretty. I don't even want to cut it. Or should I do this brown paper, the music sheet? I'll wait. You know I'm going to be doing more when I get off camera. I need to make enough that I need to make enough so that when I go, oh, I didn't cut this one down, so that when I go to make stuff, I've got them ready. So I'll be making more of these. Okay. I'm not going to do a ton of anything pink. Only I pulled in a few things that I didn't even mean to grab. They were just in my stack of stuff. But I'm going to do, you know, a couple. Just because that way I have them. Yeah. Because you never know. But right now I'm not, you know, pink isn't really what I'm aiming for, unless it's just to highlight, you know, something else. So. If that makes sense. I mean, once in a while I'll use something pink, just because pink and blues and stuff, I'll use off colors that I might not be focused on, but they're a good accent on the page. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's good to have a few little things that are different colors, just in case I want to bring them into something else that's not really that isn't really that focused, but that it'll add something a spark to it, you know. So I want to make sure I have some ready. I'm rambling trying to explain myself, and I don't know why. So, let's see here. Okay. Gosh, I cannot believe how fast October got here. We did our plans for our vacation back in, wasn't that July when I first mentioned it to you guys, like the end of July, I think. Courtney got an idea in his head. We were watching TV, and something came on with like a hotel or something, and it made him think about the fact that we went on our little mini honeymoon last year in October, and he said, I really want this to kind of be a traditional time of year that we go away for, you know, at least a few days and go up north or somewhere in Arizona, you know. That's kind of a staycation. We're at home, we're here, but yeah. And so, yeah, it just came so quick. I'm looking here. I don't want to, I guess we're going to cut this little butterfly and this little foxy in half. Yep, we sure are. But yeah, it's time just flies, right? I've talked about this with you guys before. I know. But it amazes me sometimes how time moves forward so quickly. My grandma used to tell me when I would change age, like when I turned 20, she said to me, okay, enjoy it now, because after 21, the years begin to fly by. She was right. She was right. You know, you were right, Grandma. Honestly. Totally. It's funny when you're a child, you know, you feel like time goes by so fast, so slow. That's how we also know that we're in a different time, because if you listen to the kids, if you listen to your children talk, or your grandchildren, I hear my kids would say to me when they were young, I don't know what you're talking about, Mom. I feel like time's flying by. And if you remember when we were kids, time did not fly by. It felt like it dragged on forever, remember? And so if you talk to kids from this generation, they're like, no, time's just soaring past us. That just shows that we're in a different place now than we were back when we were young. We really are. I'm hoping that I can get this bird and this deer. I'm gonna have to trim some of the deer off. I can see it because it's crooked. Sorry, Bambi. You know what? I'm gonna try my glue stick and see how it does for me. I think I'm gonna have to take myself off the subscribe and save, because I ordered these on that, and now I've already got another whole box, and I still have 3 from the last delivery. So I'm like, okay, I'm not using these as fast as I thought I was. I think I went through that first box, you know, a couple months ago with you guys faster because, got on the front. Because of the fact that I was making collages and stuff, and now I'm not, and it just feels like I'm not using them as quick. So I'm going to save him. Let me see here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and just cut these 2 down, and then we'll decorate, because I'm pretty sure... Uh-oh, my phone's going to die. Let me get my charger in here. I almost lost it. I'm so glad I realized. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, yeah, I was down to 5%. Whew. Oh, boy. Glad I stood up and looked. Okay. Let's see, little birdie, I'm so sorry I cut you up. I am so crooked. It's probably, you know what part of it is this paper's super thick, and it's a little harder to, oh good, look, I can use this. This isn't necessarily a super skinny tag, but at least it's smaller than some of my tags. Some of my tags are huge. Okay. Yeah, when the paper is really, really thick for me, I have a tendency to, like, my hand can't maintain the cut. You know what I mean? And I feel it slip. Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I bought this paper. I was so excited because I was like, oh good, I'll get to print my journal cards on this really nice stock, you know, and it'll be cardstock, and it'll be thick, and I won't have to worry about putting a backer or anything. And then when I went to run it through my printer went, oh, no, 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 no. I'm not doing this. I can't eat that. What are you, crazy? Yeah, my printer talks to me like that. Yes. Don't say your printer's never talked to you. I know it has. No, I'm just playing, but seriously, it was a bummer. I was bummed. I figured that even if I don't do a full-blown autumn journal, you know, I can use this beautiful paper in something. I mean, even if it's not autumn, because look, I mean, it's got the aquas and the pink, and, you know, just because we call something a seasonal doesn't mean it has to be used for that, you know. Okay. And plus, once things are distressed, I don't know, I love the fact that I can kind of guide what I want something to be and look like just through my own distressing of it. I use my ink to change the flavor of what I'm creating if I want to, you know? And I love that. I'm sure that many of you do. I mean, all of you do the same thing. I remember one day when I first started doing this, realizing that that was something I could do with my ink, and I was so excited. And I love challenging myself and making things, you know, be what I want them to be just by the inking that I do. And it doesn't even have to really necessarily match. I can make it match if I like the picture or the image that's on it or whatever. And yeah, so. Okay, kiddos, let's see. We've got, about 12 minutes left, so let's decorate. These are super easy to decorate, too, when they're like this little guys. I think they are. Let's see. Let's do something with some shabby. I'm going to keep this like Gail does and see if I can, you know, do some, stamping. You know how she stamps? Have you guys seen her do that? That's cool. She stamps, oh, this is not tearing for me, right? She stamps words and, and uses them on stuff, and I think it's so fun. Now what I was going to do is I was going to cut some of these down and use them as a backer, okay, on here. Now this is where my glue stick comes in handy, because this vintage book page, it'll, you know, it's super thin. It'll glue right down onto the piece I want it to glue onto. So we're going to put this here. not on you, but I am gonna put it on these. I like that on these. Matches, looks good. And then you can just kind of layer. So yeah, the mini tags are fun because you don't have to do a ton to them. You just need a couple of layers of stuff and you have a cool little picture you've made. You know, like that. So I'm going to tear this a little bit more. It's a little wide for me. And then okay. All right. So those three are ready. Let's see, what can we put on these? You know, it's a little too similar in color. I'm gonna, where's my, here we go. I was gonna tear this down. Oops, missed a spot. Oops. You guys are used to that by now, right? The clumsiness, I hope, because it ain't going nowhere. I had to get used to it. You have to get used to it too. I like this. I actually think I might tear some of this down and use it here. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just having some fun, just throwing some stuff on here. I love collaging. I love it, love it, love it. So it feels like collaging to me. Don't want the blue. Let me see. I have got so many fun little things here that I just don't even know what to grab first, I'll be honest. Now, you know what I found the other day? I found Tina's shoes. I had not used these in a minute, more than a minute. It's been forever. I need something that's a little more, no, too big. There's so many in here. No, I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I found Tina's shoes for boots and stuff. Oh, that's cute. We're going to put this little guy right there. I probably should have just used my glue stick. There we go. Okay, and what else do we got? We of course have some butterflies. We have big ones, little ones, small ones. Let's see. Do we want one there? Nah, not on there, but I'm looking to see if I can find something that is kind of the right color. Too green, too similar. It won't stand out at all. Let's see this guy. Oh, he's pretty. This guy's kind of fun if I went ahead and did a little distressing. See what happens. Get rid of some of that white. Better. He's pretty. Oh, I like him. I'm not done. I'm not doing just butterflies. I'm gonna have some fun here for a second. Try to figure something out. Seriously, It's not easy. I mean, you know, I had one of you comment that you don't have, and one viewer commented that she doesn't have an eye. And I said, you know what, that's something that comes with practice, and you will. Trust me, just keep doing stuff and having fun, and you know, you get to where you have your own style, your own way of doing things, and you have certain little things that you know, you start doing, you all know what I mean, and little tricks that you use, you know. And some people are super, you know, like some people do the videos where they will show you guys how they create their snippets. Okay, I don't have a way that I create my snippets. Okay, I just don't. I don't. I've tried to come up with a formula. I know, I think it's a great idea, but I don't have that. I don't think I have the patience to do that either, like to memorize a formula. And I think it's cool that people do that. I think it's awesome. But yeah, you probably won't ever see me doing that because, yeah, I my brain don't work that way. I tried. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry at the same time because it's just not who I am. And I think those of you that are hanging out with me and those of you that, you know, are forming relationship with me, I think you're growing to love me for me, so I'm not going to worry too much. If I ever come up with a formula, I will let y'all know. I promise. You'll be the first ones to know. The very first ones to know. Outside of Cordy, I'd probably tell him, honey, guess what? But yeah, I mean, I think it's so cool to watch. I love when I want to know measurements and exactly how to do something. There are certain people that I'll go to, like Natasha. You know, I still take pictures of her instructional, you know, pages at the end and save them because she is amazing. And yeah, that's why she has over 150,000 subscribers, and she's an absolutely phenomenal young lady, and she's precious and funny and cute and beautiful. I admire her greatly, but I'm not her. I never will be. I told you guys before I was so drawn to Tina because she's, you know, I was thinking about it the other day, and I'm like, she's so willing to not be planned out and not be, you know, she's so good at just creating something beautiful and fun and showing everybody that they can do it too, because she doesn't have a format and she doesn't have a particular way she does things. And I think we all really admire that about her. I do. I think a lot of us admire that very trait of her being so humble and honest and just an artist in her own right with no training. She never tries to come across as knowing something more than anybody else. She knows her limitations and she tries to soar past them anyway. And that encouraged me greatly to just, I hope I've been in film all this time. Okay. That encourages me greatly to just do what I'm doing, but do it in front of you guys. If I were by myself, I'd be doing the same things, you know. And when I turn off the camera, I just do what I do. I may pull out a few more boxes and make my living room a little more messy than I do when I'm with you guys, only because I can't get to things and make the video at the same time. You know. But I hope just watching you're getting an idea of kind of, you know, the different little things you can do to add a little flavor to what you're doing. I'm looking here because I kind of wanted to, let me see, did that fit if I tear this out? I don't know if this picture will fit even torn, but I'm going to try because I kind of want to get a little bit different. Yeah, okay. A little bit different flavor on each try to get one on each one of those. But I love decorating with you guys now, and it's funny because, as you know, at first I was really nervous, but now I'm kind of getting good at just not thinking so hard about stuff and grabbing stuff and doing it, which is what I like, because I always end up liking the stuff that I make more when I don't overthink it, you know, when I just kind of let it happen. So if you're stressing and overthinking, just chill out, grab a few things, throw them down on some paper, and see how it turns out. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean. I was looking here, and I was thinking if I could get, maybe instead, I have these little tiny, yeah, here we go. Little guys, little ones. And what I was thinking was, if I can tear this out good enough, that it would look cute on this one along with the boot, like just two ladies, you know. But I'm gonna have to be able to really cut this down. I don't know if I can do it or not. I'm gonna give it a shot. That's why. Maybe tear a little bit more. I'm going to end up having to cover the boot. If I had just... Can I move it? We got to try. You know me. I got to try. I got to try. You never know. I know. Some of you are cringing at my methods. I'm horrible. I'm a horrible example. I don't mean to be. I'm sorry. I'm just seeing if I can do this. I don't think it's going to work. It didn't work. You know what I am going to do, though? I'm going to tear this off. Watch. I have another boot. I have other shoes. I have other boots. I don't know if I have another purple boot. Let's see. I know. I'm a goofball. But here's what I wanted to do. Once I realized what I wanted to do, it was too late. I'd already glued on the shoe, or the boot. I want to kind of give that little, you know, ladies flair to this. So I'm going to put these girls down to the side. Oops, I can just use this. Okay. And then I'm going to... Okay. So they're talking. They're to the side. This back over here. I'm trying to get them even. There we go. Now watch it not work anyway. Where'd my boot go? I just had it. Where'd you go? Oh, there he is. Okay. Now, I've got paper glued to my fingernails and everything else. I made a mess. That's okay. Yeah, I was thinking that it would look cute with the boot, kind of. It's going to have to cover the hole I made. There. Or not. I don't know if it looks cute or not. I wish you guys were here to tell me what you think. I'm just checking really quick to see if I have any more purple boots, because I've got a ton over here in this bag. They're all jumbled up and mixed up, and these were so hard to cut out. I remember this was when I first started. Actually, nah. And it was so funny cutting them out. I was, yeah, this, I don't think this can be saved. No. We're putting this little guy down. Anyway, yeah, it was so funny cutting these out, and my husband was cracking up at me, because I mean, these things are so tiny, the heels and stuff. We're just gonna sit that right there. Little fashion girls. See, I know I went through way too much just for that. Anyway, it's okay. It's okay. So what time is it, guys? It is time I let you go. Okay. I love you. God bless you. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.